Okay guys, so for today's lecture, we'll talk about a few basic things that are connected with strings. We'll talk in more detail about strings in the next lecture, but a few things that you'll be using a lot throughout the course. So let's say that we start with a string. Let's a string is anything under quotes in Python. Single quotes or double quotes, there's the same thing. So let's say that you have hello world, right? So now when you run it, you get hello world printed out, right? So that's the output. Now let's say so the thing that I wanted to talk about is how to go to a new line in a print statement. So you can use the /n. /n means a new line. When it's under quotes, Python is gonna convert it to a new line, and so when you run this, the code is gonna jump to a new line. Notice that space that we have is aware. So if you want to get rid of the space and you want everything to be on a new line, aligned, then that's how you get that. Now, in some cases, so let's say you want two new lines, right? You can type the /n twice, so that's going to give you two new lines, as you can see over here. Now, you can also do one more thing. So you can, let's say you want to do that. So let's say how do we get the same output? Put a comma here, and then let's put this in the quotes, this in the quotes. And also this, right? So now we have three different strings, right, that are going to be printed out. So when you run this, you can see that there is you go to the new line, right, but there's still that spacing. So that's because of the comma. We'll talk about how to get rid of the spacing later on when we have commas. When we talk more about the print statement, but for now what I want to show is that you can have multiple lines by using an easy method. So in Python, if you have a string, let's say print h, right? Let's first do this. So if you want to repeat the string any number of times, you can just multiply it with a number. So you'll see that this h is going to be printed out 3 times, right? You can also print it like 33 times. So that you can see, and this can be anything you want. So hello, so that's going to be printed out 33 times. So this is an easy way to repeat stuff in Python, that you take a string and you multiply it with a number. And so if you want multiple new lines, instead of typing in /n multiple times, you can say, okay, I want 3 new lines. You multiply the /n with 3. So you get 3 new lines over here. And so, so there is another interesting thing that I want to talk about, and that is, you can also use the /t. Right, /t is gonna put a tab space between the two words. So you can see there is a tab space, and then you can also put multiple tab spaces by multiplying. So you want 5 tab spaces. So you have the output has separation, and so this is useful when you're basically printing out a table and you want equal spacing between the columns. So this is the /t, right, or tab is quite useful for that. Now, as you can see, I used a hash, right, symbol to comment this out. This means that I have made this line inactive, and so Python is not going to run this. Another way to do this is to use 3 quotes. The 3 quotes there are more there are more details to this, but you can always use 3 quotes also, but as a start I would just suggest for now just use the hash symbol. But 3 quotes is also fine if you want to use it now. One more thing. Let's talk about one more thing. So let's say that you have hello world, right? And you want to, so let's save this, right? Let's say that this is a string, and you want to save this. But let's say that your string is long, right? And you want to continue it on a new line, right? Sorry, don't use, so let's say str1, right? Okay, so let's say that your string is long. This one is not long, but in some cases you're typing in sentences and you want to continue on the new line. So now now let's print this out and see that the plus sign can be used to continue on a new line if the string is long enough. So let's print this out. So you can see that it's two words together. So Python is just gonna assume that these two are together because of the concatenation sign. And another way you can do that, so if you don't want this these parentheses, another way you can do that is you put a slash over here. So that is also going to work the same way, and we don't have the quote. So and you can continue this on if you want. If you want, you can say hello world Python, right? And so you can see that it's just considering it as a single string. So again, if you have a long sentence, this is a good way to continue your sentence by using the concatenation sign with the parentheses, or if you don't want the parentheses, you can use the plus sign or the concatenation sign as it is called, with a backward slash. Now again, we'll talk more about strings, but the concatenation sign is just to use to join strings, so you can get rid of the slash and then just run this. You can see that it has joined the three words together, and so the concatenation sign is just is used a lot. We'll be using it a lot when you have different strings and you want to join them together. Today's worksheet is connected more with our previous classes where we have learned about arithmetic. So I want you to practice, to build your thinking skills and algorithm skills by just writing programs. The most important thing that you need to get out of this course is to know how to write a program. And so in the worksheet, you've been given 2 programs. Go ahead, work on it and submit your programs on Canvas. And yeah, obviously that's going to be by the end of the week on Friday.